down. We're here to experience Lawrence's journey through Bleach as he reads it for the first time. 10 chapters a day. As mentioned, today is day 4, so he read chapters 31 through 31 through 40 today. That's not how math works. And we're going to talk about those. Those encompass the end of Quincy Archer Hates You, Volume 4 of the series, and beginning of Volume 5, Right Arm of the Giant. Lawrence, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, another 10 chapters down. We're rolling. The ball is on its course.
I do want to let everybody know I do have some thunderstorms going on right now. You may be able to hear some of that crashing when it strikes, and maybe at some point I could potentially lose power, at least in terms of light. But this is a laptop, so the show would still be able to go on, I believe, unless the
Yeah,
internet goes down.
it would just be pretty spooky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess internet would probably also go down in that case as well. So
Yeah. All right. So let's get things started. Yesterday we ended with Ichigo entering the hospital to try and fight the hollow that Don Kanonji forced into Hollowdom. What were your expectations going into today?
yeah, I mean, like based on how the last chapter ended, I expected it to be Kanonji kind of just like folding ultimately, and then Ichigo just like fighting the spirit, and then and then like maybe afterwards, like uh, he's Kanonji is like apologetic a little bit. I mean, it kind of somewhat was that, but it was different because there was definitely a lot more like honor and integrity. I feel like on Kanonji's part than I was expecting in terms of him like actually feeling bad about like the fact that the way that he exercised the spirits was turning them into hollows quicker actually, and and he needed kind of like the pep talk from Ichigo to to get him back up to when he was like you got to smile for the camera. It's what heroes do. And I think Ichigo kind of like understood that what Kanonji represented. After Kanonji talked about how kids are like most of the people that watch him are kids, and they're looking for some like hope and something inspiring to keep moving forward. And I definitely think Ichigo came to respect that side of it, even though he doesn't really personally like have much respect for Kanonji.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts on Don Kanonji himself now that that little story is wrapped up?
Oh yeah, I mean he seems like a fun character. Like he's gonna like he'll team up with Ichigo every once in a while, once and again. Uh, he has like like a great like spiritual powers, like he showed when he used that like that weapon or whatever that his ability like that Ichigo was expecting to be like like a little whimper, like nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but it turned out to be actually have some like heft to it. So he definitely showed what his what he brings to the table, like, and it's definitely enough to where I think Ichigo would like in dire straits, he'd probably like, okay, I'm cool with you helping me out. I don't think that he likes being called his number one disciple, but beyond that, I think he if you put some true serum into Ichigo, he'd be like, I respect him a little bit now.
All right. Well, what are your thoughts on the Don Kanonji story as a whole?
Again, yeah, see, so definitely a solid character introduction here for Kanonji. Yeah, some fun stuff going on. I like I could see the Kanonji and Ichigo dynamic, being a uh relationship that grows over time. Yeah, so solid. It was also fun, as I said earlier, to see like his like friends being injected in the scenario as well, kind of reacting to Kanonji like foolishness, like how that the best guy friends were like pretending like they were like in the Kanonji hive, to just mess with Ichigo, but then when he's gone, they're like, this is ridiculous, stop it. And I liked how at the end of the story that one of the teachers were like all chastising them for associating their school with such foolishness. but then the principal was like, I'm going to tell my grandkids that my students were on TV. So,
Mhm.
there, definitely some fun moments there. And Rukia lying and, trying to get them out of the situation, saying like Ichigo forced me to go and I didn't want to be there. But then meanwhile, all of them just like sneaked out the back door. Or window. So, fun stuff for sure.
Moving on then. What are your initial impressions of Uryu?
Uryu, that's a cheetah, right? The cheetah or
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he seems like kind of a dick. I mean, it was interesting to hear kind of like that he's a Quincy and the difference between is the Shinigami a Soul Reaper? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was kind of interesting to hear the difference in terms of like what they believe in between the two factions. Like the Quincy's are more into destroying the souls and the Shinigami are more into cleansing the souls. So it was interesting to hear that there are two different ways. I'm sure there are even more ways that people believe in terms of how to deal with the hollows. But yeah, like him like using that hollow bait to attract like all those hollows to the town, like it's just like what a dick move. Like I know he's powerful and he can kill a bunch of them, but it's kind of like just like on it, like just like planting a bomb. Like it was like, why are you doing this? I mean, is it really worth proving your point, your little petty argument to like put all these people in danger? And though, and the way he kind of was like almost like laughing under his breath. Maybe laughing's harsh, but he was like under his breath. He was like when Ichigo went to go save Karen, he was like he doesn't even realize that it's expanded. The circle's expanded beyond that point, inferring that he probably knows that most of his friends also have spiritual abilities due to like their association with him. So yeah, I don't know. Like he was definitely rubbing me the wrong way here.
Yeah, he's an interesting character, very stark in contrast to the rest of the people we've met so far. I like his character design. The hair is pretty distinctive, and then he's usually drawn wearing some interesting outfits as well.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
All right. Let me stop the screen there and move up to volume 5. All right. So what did you think of the poem for volume 5?
You want to read it again?
Yes. Right arm of the giant's poem is I can't protect you. Sorry, I can't protect without holding a sword. I can't embrace you while holding the sword.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly. I feel like that was clearly referencing like Chad and what happened with him in terms of the like him growing that the ability with his right arm. Yeah, so definitely a lot of connections there into the story. That like definitely A+ in terms of that. I mean, in terms of like depth and like meaning overall, I still think that there was some the first couple might be better poems, but in terms of like how it relates to the story, definitely good stuff.
I think there's significance there about the pain of needing to fight.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
think that's what the poem is really getting at,
Okay. Yeah.
the duality of needing to protect and how it causes others to be held at a distance as a result.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely sold it short a little bit there, in retrospect. But yeah, good poem.
This is one of the poems I like, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So,
I'm not saying it's bad. I was just like I think like it's probably like the second best one. I think they're the one about the rain earlier. That was probably my favorite one so far.
Memories in the Rain.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Chad's power that we see him acquire here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, really cool stuff. I mean, it was interesting. You got to see the flashback with him talking to his abuelo. I didn't realize he was Hispanic until this chapter. Is that true?
Yeah, he's mestizo, so he's mixed.
Okay, he's mixed. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it was interesting to get that flashback where his abuelo was telling him about talking to him about how he's like he's too angry and too mean and he needs to kind of like chill out and be like kinder, be kinder than most humans. So interesting to get that little backstory there. I wonder if that was just like a brief character moment, or if his relationship with his grandfather is gonna come into greater focus for some reason later. But yeah, it was cool to see him suddenly like get these powers. I liked how he was using like again, like similar to how during that parakeet fight where Rukia was his eyes while he fought. I liked how Karen kind of like took that role on for him this time, kind of getting on his back while and telling him where to go. And then his power suddenly awakening was very cool. I like the design. You got to see the right arm turn. It almost looks kind of like Hollow-esque, like a little bit like what's going on with his right arm, like with the armor. But yeah, definitely,
Yeah, I can see that.
Definitely, want to see what's going on with that. Definitely hyped.
I mean, it makes sense that people keep having to be his eyes for him. His hair keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
Did you like the fight Chad had?
Yeah, that was cool fight. Like I said, I like the him like starting off like using Karen as his eyes, and then how it kind of he got the punch off, and then he gets this like armor boost and keeps fighting, and then he gives like the cheesy thumbs up and then falls down. And so fun stuff all around with that.
Any predictions for tomorrow?
So if I recall, like the last chapter was kind of ended with Orihime and Tatsuki and that one of the other Tatsumaki. They were like cleaning up, like you seen that after like due to some sort of punishment or something.
Oh no, you're right. It is Tatsuki. Sorry.
Yeah, Tatsuki. And
someone else.
Yeah, so they're cleaning up, and then they decide to like leave, and then there's like kind of an ominous cut to a hollow, some sort of squid-looking hollow lurking in the background somewhere. So it seems like that's going to be the next phase, dealing with that. So I feel like the next few chapters, or maybe the next couple, are going to more focus on the individual friends who have developed these powers, kind of encountering hollows and maybe either awakening their powers or getting saved by Ichigo or Rukia or something like that.
Okay. So what did you think of the 10 chapters overall that you read today, 31 through 40?
Oh yeah, I really like the back end of these chapters, dealing with like the Chad's powers awakening. You meet Uryu, Ishida, Uryu. What's it like? What do people call him? Ishida.
I mean, it goes back and forth.
But Ishida's fine. Like
you would call him Uryu because Uryu is what you would consider his first name.
Okay, Uryu. Yeah, so it was it was cool to get introduced to him, even though he seems like kind of a dickwad at the moment. I'm curious to see whether he just like does this because he just has like pure hatred for Shinigami, or if there's some sort. It
might be Uryu. It might be Uryu. I've never watched the anime, so I've never heard it pronounced.
Yeah, but I'm intrigued to see like whether or not he did this just out of like pure hatred for Shinigami and like wanting to put a challenge out there to win, or if this was like supposed to be some sort of wake up call for Ichigo. Like I'm wondering if there's some sort of like better spin that will ultimately be put up to as like to why he ended up doing this. But yeah, definitely intrigued to see how his character develops. Yeah, and it was cool to get more like background in the lore in terms of the Quincy's and the Shinigami. Like I think previously I kind of asked a question about like, are hollows punished for like are hollows punished for like what they do as hollows and not and is it kind of like even if they were a good human and they did crazy shit as a hollow, are they still cleansed? So it was interesting to hear that there's another group of people that believe no, if you turn into a hollow you just need to be destroyed because you've harmed like our people and others, so you don't deserve to like get a happy ending here. So yeah, it's definitely interesting to see like the different identities and different belief systems between the two groups, and definitely excited to hear more about like what happened with the Quincy's in terms of, it seemed like there was like a little mention of their clan like died out or were spread to distant areas or something like that. So definitely want to see how that all came to pass.
All right. Well, anything you want to close out with before tomorrow?
Not particularly. I feel like I got everything out in that last little little monologue bit.
All right. Well, have a good one, everyone, then.
All right.
Bye.